What's up, beautiful people? Back with another video. Today's word is going to be faith, right? But anyway, side note, I'm gonna make this a really short video because I'm sick. If you can't hear it in my voice, and I really don't want to be doing a video. But I did read, and I read today in Matthew, chapter 2. It was talking about Joseph, right? And the reason today's word is faith is because I want to speak on crazy faith, right? Like Joseph, crazy level of faith. Because think about this, right? And Matthew chapter 2 really talks about how Jesus was conceived, born of the Virgin Mary. And before Jesus was conceived, Mary and Joseph were engaged. They were destined to be married. And once he found out that she was pregnant, right, he's like, something ain't adding up, you know? And he didn't want to remain in the relationship, but he also didn't want to publicly shame her for it. So he was going to end the engagement privately. But God sent an angel to speak to Joseph in his dream and let him know, like, hey, nah, this is God's will, God's plan. You know, you're the son of David, brother. You're part of the family and the descendant. Like, God got you. God did this. Just trust. And this man stayed, you know? And it's just crazy because obviously if you were to think of modern day, like, situation where the virgin gets pregnant and you're the man who's supposed to stay with her, you're like, what? I'm supposed to stay with her? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. But Joseph had crazy faith, right? And so the reason I really want to speak on this is because there's sometimes, Lord God is calling you to do some things or think about doing something beyond your belief, and it just blows your mind. And you're like, how could you even think like that? Like, how, God, like, what is this? It doesn't make sense. Why are you telling me to do something? Why are you telling me to forgive them? Why are you telling me, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that God can have you do that requires you a crazy level of faith, right? God might be asking you to move out of the country, out of the state, you know what I'm saying? You might have never left the state, but he's calling you to move somewhere else. And you're like, what? But you don't know anyone outside of the states. But it's going to take you crazy level of faith to actually follow through and do as he says. He might be calling you to write a book, but you're like, I don't even know how to write a book. I can barely type. God level crazy faith. Just really sit down, listen to what he's saying and what he's telling you, and trust, right? Stick to his word, prayer, fasting, and really hear what God is saying and have that Joseph level faith. Joseph level faith. Because we're destined for something great. And within God's will, everything is possible. Remain in him and he shall remain in us. But that's the word of the day. Crazy faith, because we as Christians are required to have crazy faith. That's how we get where we are. That's how Jesus is who he is and has become. And like, that's how Mary remained with Joseph, because Joseph stuck with that crazy level of faith. And Mary was like, I want to be pregnant as a virgin. Do you know what that meant to them in that society? To be pregnant as a virgin, bro, like not a virgin, but she was a virgin, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be walking around and say you're a virgin, but you're pregnant, and people not look at you like you're crazy. But it's crazy, but crazy faith. That's what it takes. I hope this word resonates with you or encourages you to really sit down and listen to God. There's a lot that he's telling us that we don't know, might not want to hear, but respect it and follow through. That's the word of the day. It's the word that I needed. I hope you need it. And if you ain't need it, you might know someone who might. This is like a combination of the word of the day / the biblically uncut, because I'm not editing it. But I love you all. Peace out. God bless.